You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
We take you straight to breaking news in Clayton County. Shots fired at police this morning.
Our Ariana Manise live for us right now in Jonesboro. Ariana, what can you tell us?
Well, police are here on the scene. This is an active standoff where a gunman is refusing to leave the motel behind me. As you can see, the SWAT team is here. About 20 minutes ago, we saw the SWAT truck go behind the building. Now, we're on Old Dixie Highway at the American Inn and Suites in Jonesboro. Now, this is just near Interstate 75 in Clayton County Police. They tell us that they were clearing out an abandoned hotel with squatters, and in the process, someone shot at police. No injuries were reported, but police, they still activated the SWAT team for backup. In Clayton County Police, they are asking people to avoid this area for your safety. Now, as you see, this active standoff will continue. We will stay here on the scene and work to get more updates from police as they work this situation. Back to you.
Ariana, thank you. In other news this morning, change is coming to help people if you find yourself stranded on the roads in Metro Atlanta.
The GOT is changing their HERO program due to some staffing shortages. Molly Oak is live with what you need to know. Molly?
Cheryl and Aisha, when GDOT has full staff with HERO operators, it has about 125. Currently, it has around 60. So they are reducing the hours to take away from some of the stress put on the GDOT drivers, specifically during the overnights when GDOT says it only gets about 9% of the calls. Take a look at your screen. This is the new schedule that will start by July 1st. On weekdays, it runs from 5 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. On weekends, HERO starts an hour later from 6 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Now, during overnight hours, GDOT says HERO operators will be on call for any serious incidents. GDOT says this is only temporary, with the goal of being back to 24 hours by next year. Guys.
Sticking with your 11 minutes of nonstop news, a suspect is behind bars this morning, accused of a shooting at a West Midtown leasing office.
It led to a Brady Apartments at 10th and Howell Mill to be put on lockdown for a short period of time. Atlanta police believe an argument led to a man being shot just outside of the leasing office. The SWAT team arrested the suspect. At last check, the victim was stable.
We are working to find out if Ernie Moore's Furniture will be back open today after police say two temporary employees shot each other in the parking lot. One of the men died. Another is still recovering.
You could be out of luck this Memorial Day weekend if you need an Uber or Lyft. Some rideshare drivers say they've already signed on to strike. They're fed up with low wages, unsafe conditions, and unfair policies. And that was a look at your Thursday morning headlines.
Another wet day for us, Chelsea. Good morning.
You better believe it. Make sure you grab that umbrella along with your rain gear. You're going to need that. Plus, something like a light jacket, because it will be on the cool side for today. Maybe a little shock by some of these temperatures out there this afternoon. You're looking at an area of rain that is coming to an end as far as the heavy rain goes. Well over toward the east of us now. You see over toward Washington. We do have the light rain that extends into Commerce, over toward Winder as well. A little moderate pocket right there, very isolated. That's coming to an end as well. Further down to the south, we're seeing more showers build further off to the north. So starting to move into southern parts of Spalding County. You have it over into southern parts of Butts County as well. Even over toward Hogansville, got a little light rain. So some of this building in, and I think this is the way it's going to be as we head through the day today. Off and on scattered showers. You may hear a rumble of thunder or two, but for the most part, it's just going to be those showers. 68 degrees will be our temperature by noon after dropping off to about 66. 71 will be our afternoon high. It will be a bit breezy out there as well. 69 degrees by 7 o'clock tonight. All right, so you're showing us not a whole lot going on, but what we'll have is these scattered showers popping up, similar to what's taking place right now down to our south. We have high pressure up here to the north. It's going to bring in this easterly flow, and so we have a stationary boundary here in the central portions of the state, which could be a trigger. And then notice up here we have this cold front here that's going to slide through, just reinforce this easterly flow that we have coming in, which will increase our winds up to about 15 miles per hour. Gusts could be a little bit higher than that. Because the boundary of the cooler air, warmer air will be back off to the west of us, your severe weather threat will be mainly over toward parts of Alabama. That is where we have a level 1 threat for severe weather. For our state, notice the light green shade. Just means a general threat for showers and thunderstorms. Here's how it plays out for us. Forecast track model. You can follow along with me with the time right there at the top of the screen. It shows, again, isolated showers here and there. We'll start to intensify a bit as we head toward the 3-4 o'clock hour. That's where we could see some of the rain start to come down a little bit more heavier. We're going to hold on to the clouds through the overnight. When we start you off on Friday morning, we'll start you off with mostly cloudy skies. Those clouds will try to break down as we head toward the afternoon. Some of those will hold on. So anywhere from partly to mostly cloudy skies will be the call, but notice no green at all. Yeah, we're going to be dry. The driest day of the week will be Friday. In fact, my pick for the week, despite the fact that we'll have those clouds. A few more will build in through the overnight going into Saturday, but we'll be tracking a front that's going to move into the area so that by the afternoon, if you have afternoon plans on Saturday, know that it will be on the wet side. We'll start to clear it out on Sunday. Temperatures will return to the 80s and will stay right there for much of next week. Crash Clark, how's the ride?
Not too bad. It's obviously developing as we get a little closer to 7 o'clock. In fact, we're just about 6:54 right now. That west side perimeter, that's what I've been keeping an eye on with our Rec 285 northbound, right as you're approaching Cobb Parkway and I-75. The good news is now all your lanes are open. It's off to the right, but as you come around that corner heading through Smyrna, you see those flashing lights kind of scaring everybody. Again, this isn't end of the world stuff. Just know it's there. Tack on maybe an extra 5 minutes for your ride. I think once the Hero gets out of there, the things will start to move again. Still keeping an eye on our breaking news is police activity down south. Of course, we just want you to kind of avoid that area, 6300 block of Old Dixie Highway. That's just south of 75. There's no impacts along I-75, but again, police want you to avoid the area. Obviously, not a whole lot of folks are paying attention to that, but again, we've got a crew down there. We'll continue to give you updates. And well, let me slide over a camera real quick. Here comes your connector northbound. Those are the cars coming at you, starting to fill up, but all in all, we'll take this rush hour. Aisha?
People against the newly formed city of Mableton are taking their concerns to court.
Opponents have filed a lawsuit saying the city's creation violates the state's constitution.
The lawsuit alleges the legislature mistakenly authorized creation of two government entities. That's the city of Mableton and community improvement districts. It claims people had to vote on creating both at the same time instead of deciding on each one separately, which they say it's illegal.
Happening today, an FDA committee meets to decide whether to recommend an all-new vaccine aimed at preventing RSV in infants. The Pfizer vaccine would be the first of its kind to protect infants in the U.S. It would be given to pregnant mothers. Also today, Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens expected to make an announcement related to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Last summer, FIFA chose Atlanta as a host city, and we're waiting to learn which round Mercedes-Benz Stadium will host. Games will be played across the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Today is Mental Health Action Day. The movement surrounds going beyond raising awareness and wanting people to take action for themselves, their loved ones, and their community. One way to take action is education. Today, the Carter Center is hosting the Rosalind Carter Georgia Mental Health Forum. It is free, in person, and virtual. That's going to discuss mental health issues in the state and the rest of the country. There's going to be some expert panelists to talk about mental health legislation in Georgia and what the state is doing to expand behavioral health services. That event is from 9 until 4:30 today at the Carter Center. A powerful sight with those living with Alzheimer's along with their families and friends. They lined the streets of Atlanta. They wore purple shirts and held signs honoring loved ones, fighting for a reversal of the decision to deny people living with Alzheimer's access to FDA-approved drugs if they are under Medicare.
Today, the Morehouse School of Medicine will honor the late great home run king Hank Aaron. He and his widow have been longtime Morehouse supporters. This evening, Morehouse will rename the Lee Street Bridge after him and host a ribbon cutting for the Hank Aaron Plaza on campus, where a statue of him will stand. Chesley?
All right. We're looking at by noon today, temperatures right around 68 degrees. We'll have some isolated showers around, so go ahead and carry that umbrella with you. Maybe even a jacket. As temperatures will only heat up to around 71 degrees. It will be a bit breezy out there as well. Our winds out of the east up to about 15 miles per hour. Gusts could be a little bit higher than that at times. So yeah, one of those days, folks. By 6 o'clock when you're driving home, still those scattered showers out there. 69 degrees will be your temperature by then. Drier tomorrow, but then more rain returns as we head into the weekend. Crash, over to you.
All right, Chesley, leave you with one problem, and that's about it on that west side, 285 northbound. Your wreck at Cobb Parkway sits off to the right there, and that's not bad. Yeah, you're a little bit jammed up around South Atlanta Road coming up through the Cloverleaf, but I wouldn't panic. We'll have an update for you at 7:26.
In our senior spotlight, these four soon-to-be alumni at Spelman College will make history this weekend. All four serving as valedictorians. They say it's surreal because of all of the challenges they had during the pandemic. Graduation day is this Sunday. That's a dynamic group.
Fabulous four.
Yes, love to see it.
All right, hope you all have a great day. Stay dry out there. We'll send it over to the Today Show and look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for a Friday morning.